What's up, guys, and happy Thanksgiving. This is the Galaxy's greatest, Austin Peffer, along with Shane DeVoe, and we're here for our Week 12 predictions. So, first things first, last week our winners for the week were Mike Frampton and Chicken Salad at 10 and 4. Our current standings, you are still in the lead, Shane DeVoe, at 105 and 55. That's your current record right now. The runner-up is 5 games behind you, and that's Big Boss Man 25 with 100 wins. And I am right behind him with 99 wins. I'd be at 101, but I switched 2 of my games, and they both ended up being losses. It is what it is, though, but we'll all move on.
Yep.
So, let's get right into the action with our Thanksgiving game. Sadly, I'm going to have to miss this game because I got to work Thanksgiving. But you know, it is what it is. Get paid time and a half, so it's all good. But we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Now, the Lions are the last team that beat the Vikings, and they beat them at their home turf, which is really hard. Now, it's in Detroit. So, you think Lions get the upper hand again? But who do you have, Shane?
I have the Minnesota Vikings.
You have the Vikings.
The Vikings right now are on a roll right now. Their offense is clicking. Their defense is coming up big. And they proved it last week when they were going up against the Rams. I think the Rams were favored by 3 points, if it was even less than that.
Wow.
And the Vikings just go in there and just massacre them in their stadium, their home turf.
And I mean, to be fair, it's really hard to play in Minnesota, so...
But, we digress, but I'm going to have to go with the Vikings.
I'm actually going to agree. Now, I know the Lions, they have had the upper hand on the Vikings the last 3, maybe 4 games. And the Lions have won the last 5 games on Thanksgiving, I believe. But I think the Vikings are just a better team here. And the Lions, don't get me wrong, they're really good. And they're like scratching at the door for the wild card spot right now. Maybe even the division, but... I think the Vikings are just the better team here. Their roster is just stacked. Even with a backup third-string quarterback, technically, if we would consider all the quarterbacks, but...
I would consider Sam Bradford a quarterback. I consider him as a running back, like Tim Tebow.
Sam Bradford?
Yeah.
Really?
I consider him a running back.
Bradford's not that much of a runner, though.
If he had his good knees, he would.
His knees haven't been good for a long time, though.
Not since his rookie year. It's a shame.
But with that said, we're going to take the Minnesota Vikings. And our next game, we have the LA Chargers at the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm not sure if Tyron Smith will be playing for the Cowboys. But you know what? I'm going with my upset of the week. I am taking the Chargers. What did I tell you guys? I think I still believe in these Chargers, and right now they're 4-6, and you know what? They're only 1 win away from getting the wild card. As a matter of fact, they're only 2 wins away from getting that division, and you know what? I think they could win the division. That's just me, though. But I'm still rolling with these Chargers, and I got them upsetting the Cowboys here on Thanksgiving.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree, too. I think there's going to be a big old party in Los Angeles after this Thursday night. But
well, I don't know if there's going to be a big old party because there's not really many fans in Los Angeles.
But there are for the Rams, though.
Yeah, a little more.
Yeah, but I have to go with the Chargers in this one. With the loss of Ezekiel Elliott, it proved to us last week that, especially on Monday night, how much they really miss him. Right now, they have no running game whatsoever.
But I mean, Tyron Smith is really the key to that
defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think
offensive line.
His offensive line. Too.
Yeah. By Sean Lee. Sean Lee missing in that defense. That's been crucial as well. Yes.
But, I'm going to have to go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers got more right now. They know that they're still in the hunt for their wild card berth and possibly, like Austin said, the division title.
But the Cowboys do have a lot to fight. Both of these teams have a lot to fight for, as a matter of fact.
I think the Chargers got a lot more to fight for at this point in the season.
And that defense is really clicking for the Chargers, so could be a hard day for the Dallas Cowboys.
I see a 3-point win for the Chargers.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then our final Thanksgiving game, we have the New York Giants at the Washington Redskins.
The Red Hot Giants, boys, they're back.
Yeah,
back with half a season left.
Yeah, 2-8. They can still make the playoffs, guys. I got the Redskins here.
Are they 2-8 or 2-9?
They're 2-9 or 2-8.
2-8. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the Redskins. I just think right now, these last 2 games for the Giants have been basically a fluke, in my opinion. Now they've been barely winning these games. They should have beat the Chiefs. Let's get that right. But things happen and the Chiefs are sucking. They're basically the AFC. They're the AFC version of the Falcons. They're just choking. And I have to go with the Redskins. I think the Redskins are going to try to make sure that the Giants have no chance of making the playoffs, even though they have no chance either. They're going to make sure they can't make it.
The Redskins, their schedule doesn't look too terrible this second half because they're playing the Giants twice. I believe they get the Cowboys. They don't have to worry about the Eagles. They already played them twice. I think they still play Denver. They play the Chargers, I think. So there's 5 right there that they could win. And I'm missing one more. It's not clicking with me, but that's okay. I'll probably remember it later. Is it the Niners? No, they played the Niners. I'm pretty sure it's an NFC. I want to say it's an NFC West team. Cardinals? I think it's the Cardinals. But yeah, I mean, those are 6 potentially winnable games for the Redskins there. So they could finish 10-6 and possibly get a wild card spot. Am I expecting it? No, but it's possible. But I got the Washington Redskins winning as well. So we're in agreement for all 3 Thanksgiving games. All right. We move on to the Sunday batch of games. We have the Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Falcons are back. I think Matt Ryan and the new offensive coordinator, Sarkisian, I think his name is?
Sarkisian, yep.
Yeah, I think they're finally clicking now. This defense is starting to roll. I'm not fully in on the Falcons just yet, but I can say that they're not the chokers like they were. But if they choke this game away and I jinx it, well, sorry, but I'm going to go with the Falcons here.
I'm going to go with the Falcons, too. Again, I think their offensive coordinator, I forgot his last name again.
Steve Sarkisian?
Yep.
He was like that.
He was also an assistant coach to USC Trojans when Pete Carroll was there. So he knows basically what Pete Carroll's like, and that's what gave him the advantage to win the Monday night game. Certain situations happen. But I believe the Falcons are now going to start getting rolling now. Their offense is starting to click. They're starting to get balls to their main wide receiver, Julio Jones, and get him chances to touch the ball. When they touch the ball, you win. And I believe they're going to prove it this weekend. Even though I like Fitzgerald, I don't think he's going to do much against this defense.
Fitzpatrick, you mean?
Fitzpatrick, yep. Fitzgerald.
I got a little confused there. But we're going to move on to the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. These 2 teams are having some slumps in the midseason. But who do you have here, Shane?
Well, considering I don't know who's starting this week.
Tyrod Taylor is starting for the Bills.
Okay. Breaking news, I just switched my pick to the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Now, I believe this last week was basically a laughing sideline of Tyrod Taylor laughing at his team, saying, see, this is what you would happen if you wouldn't chose me. But, and he's going to go back and prove that never give away my job again, Buffalo, or you will surely lose your last couple of games.
Okay. I'm going to give this to the Kansas City Chiefs, though. I still can't really trust Buffalo anymore. And Kansas City, they've kind of put themselves in danger. I think they realize here that they need to win. And in Kansas City, I think Arrowhead will be rooting just enough for them to get them the W. This game will probably be running on emotions, though. So we'll see where it goes. But our first disagreement of the week, I got Kansas City, you got Buffalo. Next, we have Chicago at Philadelphia. I got to go with the Eagles, man. They are just red hot. They had a slow start against Dallas in the first half, but the second half, they just took off. Man, I got to go with Philly here.
I'm going to go with the Bears.
Really?
I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm going with the Eagles. You think? See, yeah, I don't trust
You get me?
Mitchell Trubisky, even though he was the number 2 overall quarterback. You're looking at the number 2 overall quarterback from last year, ladies and gentlemen. And Carson Wentz is going to walk in there and prove to him that you may be on the Chicago Bears, but I'm on the possible Super Bowl team. And I'm the MVP of this season, and I'm going to prove it again. Win big by 20 points.
All right. I mean, who knows? Maybe Philly kind of plays down the talent here, but I think they got this win. We move on to the Cleveland Browns, who are still alive, guys. I mean, they need 47 different outcomes, but they could still make the playoffs. We're saying there's a chance.
Until they lose this weekend.
But they got to go at Cincinnati to face the Bengals. Who do you have, Shane?
I got the Bengals.
I got the Bengals as well. Not much to say there.
No, but pretty much it's just a division rival. The Bengals are a lot more talented than the Browns, and the Browns are just going to try and tank to get the number 1 pick again and trade it away.
Yeah, sounds about right. We move on to the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. It's been a while since the Titans won in Indy, but I think it happens here. I got the Titans.
Same here. I just believe last week's loss to the Steelers proved a lot to Marcus Mariota that I can't be making these arrogant throws down the field. I can't be throwing it into double, if not one guy short coverage. You can't be doing that, and he now knows that he's not going to throw 4 picks again, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to throw for a while, but I believe he's going to do good this week. He might get 2 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown.
All right. We move on to the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Shane?
Is it even a contest, really? Is it really even a contest? I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. It's just, Dolphins are right now, you might as well just throw in the towel. It's over.
Brady Cutler. Yeah, Patriots.
Is he out for concussion?
Brady. Brady. Gotta go with the Patriots. We move on to the Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets. Man, the Panthers aren't looking too bad here. I know the Saints are rolling right now, but Panthers could still sneak in and win that division. They're only 1 game behind, I believe. Just one.
And they beat the Saints.
No, the Saints beat them.
They lost to the Saints. The Saints lost their second win.
No. It was week 3, and the Panthers were 2-0, Saints were 0-2.
Oh.
That's when the Saints hot streak started.
Oh, okay.
But Jets are coming off a bye, but I think we've probably seen the best of the Jets. Gotta go with Carolina. They are without Kelvin Benjamin, but remember, guys, they went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl without him for a whole season.
And still lost the Super Bowl.
They lost the Super Bowl, yeah, sure, but look at all the success they got without him. So
True.
And Cam's finally playing like Cam, and as long as he's having fun and doing what Cam does, this Carolina team's going to be A-okay.
I believe so. I think the Panthers are going to win too. It's like Austin said, if Cam's happy and he's able to do what he does, run the ball, throw it, and then run again, and run again, and run again, the Panthers will win. And it's just how it does. They run off how their quarterback does. If he's sad, he's not able to do it once, they're going to lose. If he's happy, they win.
Mm-hmm. And we all believe that Cam will be happy, Cam. So we got the Panthers. We next move on to the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. Shane?
I have to go with the Seahawks. Monday night was a terrible loss for the Seahawks. They technically should have had tied, but
and they're currently out of the playoffs right now if they were to start today.
Yep. So I believe this is going to be a much-needed win. This is going to be a boost of confidence, knowing that we're out the season with Cam Chancellor, we're out the season with Richard Sherman. We just got Earl Thomas back. We got to at least get a couple more. We have to get these wins now. We have to make a playoffs to even have a chance to get a push. So I'm going to go with the Saints.
Yeah. Or Seahawks?
Yep.
I got to agree. I got to go with Seattle here. Niners might be fighting this game, but I can't take them. I got to go with the Seahawks. And Russell Wilson, he does a lot for this team. He really is this team, but a bit over relying on them. I'm kind of stepping back from them, saying they're a Super Bowl contender now, but we'll see where they go. We move on to the Denver Broncos at the Oakland Raiders. I gotta go with the Raiders here. Both these teams made changes. Paxton Lynch now starting for the Broncos, and the Raiders had just fired their defensive coordinator yesterday. But I think the Raiders are the better team than the Broncos. I think the Raiders still have somewhat of a chance to make the playoffs. I'm going to go with the Oakland Raiders.
Me too. I have to go with the Raiders. Sunday Night Football for them was a trap. They got massacred in Mexico by the Patriots, and the firing of their defensive coordinator proved that they needed a change of idealistic ideas for their defense. I believe it's going to help them this week. They're going to somehow be massively improved from just one coach improvement, and they're going to prove to that even though Paxton Lynch is starting, I don't trust Paxton whatsoever. I'm going to go with the Derek Carr and his team.
Agreed. It kind of comes down to who's the better quarterback, and
we're better quarterbacks, so I have to go with us. I have to go with the Raiders.
Yep. So next we go to what I'm calling game of the week. We have the New Orleans Saints at the LA Rams. Both of these teams Rams are current division winners in the NFC. Who do you have here, DeVoe?
A very tough decision. I had to think about it very clearly, and I had to watch both games this weekend and how a certain team came back to win it. I'm going to have to go with the Saints. The Saints right now, even though last week was a very, very close win in the Superdome, I just think the Saints now got something to prove. They're now they're very, very resilient. They will not go down without a fight, and they proved it last weekend. I'm going to have to go with the Saints on this one.
I'm going to have to agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the Rams are a good team, but I can't pick against the Saints. They're just so hot right now. I can't pick against them. I think I'm picking the Saints until they start to lose. And they almost did against the Redskins, but they managed to come back and get that win. But, yeah, Saints are red hot. Gotta go with New Orleans here. But wouldn't be surprised if the Rams pull the upset here. We move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Arizona Cardinals. It's over for the Cardinals. I gotta go with Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville, no way. Jacksonville is going to demolish this offensive line.
I mean, they played down to Cleveland and they still whooped them. So,
Yep.
Gotta go with the Jaguars here. Pretty easily said. Let's move on. Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers would have been a more hyped game before the season started, but
the Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah,
was there.
Yeah, Steelers have not faced Aaron Rodgers since the Super Bowl.
It's great. It's great.
But who's your pick, Shane?
Considering how this defense played last week against the Titans, and they just basically interception after interception after interception, and how Ben played last week with Antonio Brown, I think the Steelers' offense is back, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to go off on a tear the rest of the season, depending on how they play against the Patriots. But I believe they're going to win this game big on their defense and offensive massively with Juju Smith-Schuster and Antonio Brown.
I'm going to agree and take the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am a little worried the Packers might do a little something. I think that's just me being a Steelers fan because we've seen how the Steelers play when they have a little bit of extra time off, and they kind of play a little down, at least in the beginning. So, and knowing the Packers are going to be fighting this game because they really need this win if they still want to keep their playoff hopes alive. They are 5-5. They're not too far behind. But without Aaron Rodgers, they really need all the wins they can get. And if there's a chance he comes back this season, they're hoping, just maybe, they can step into that playoff picture once again. But I got to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. They are just looking too good. And finally, last game of the week, we have the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Isn't it nice? No more bye weeks now. Just 6 weeks of all 32 teams. We have the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. I got to roll with the Ravens. I had the Ravens, and then I switched to the Packers, and I really regret that because I knew this Ravens defense would show up, and they did. And I think it's going to happen again this week. My hoodie's like slowly moving down. I'm just going to... But Ravens are at home, going to be full of emotion. And the Texans, I mean, they did get a win against the Cardinals last week, but they're just not the same Texans team still. I got to go with the Ravens winning this one.
Me too. Me being in our last video picking the Packers, thinking that Brett Hundley was going to have an amazing game. I basically ate my words Sunday I watched that game. But I believe that this Ravens defense is going to do okay. It's not going to do what they did last week. It's not going to be like that. I think Tom Savage is going to put up a fight. He's actually going to get some touchdowns on this defense and make it a pretty close game.
All right, so we went through all the games. So before we do, let's talk about the playoffs a bit. So right now, if the playoffs were to start today, the NFC would go Eagles first seed, Saints second seed, Vikings third, Rams fourth, Panthers fifth, and Falcons sixth, which would mean it would be the Falcons at the Vikings and the Cardinals, the Panthers at the Rams for Wild Card Week. Teams that are still alive in my eyes, let's see, we have the Lions at 6-4, the Seahawks at 6-4, so they have the same record as Atlanta. We have Packers, Cowboys at 5-5, and we have the Redskins and the Buccaneers at 4-6. These teams are still alive that I just mentioned. The Lions, you think they can still make the playoffs?
I have to see their schedule. I got to see how strong it is. If it's not very strong, they potentially have a chance to make it. But it all depends, because the Panthers have legitimately the strongest deep stretch right now coming down to the end. They're going to play tough teams at the end of the season, and they potentially might not make it. I believe they won't.
All right, I think the Lions are still a contender. As Matt Stafford, he's a heck of a quarterback. I think he can still carry this team to the playoffs. Seahawks at 6-4. Do you think they're still a contender?
I really don't think so at this point. With the loss of Cam Chancellor for the rest of the year and Richard Sherman, I just don't think Earl Thomas is going to have the ability to help this entire defense by himself. I believe it's over for them.
I disagree, because Earl Thomas is really kind of that Jenga piece. We saw it last year. He's kind of that Jenga piece of that defense, and as long as they got Russell Wilson, they got a chance, because that guy's a star. So I still think the Seahawks have a shot. Packers, I'm sticking a fork in them. I mean, I know there's a chance Rodgers can come back at the end of the season, but there's no point. I'm not loving the Packers here, so sorry, Packers, you get the fork. Dallas Cowboys have 5-5. You're giving them the fork.
I think there's other teams in this NFC that are a lot better. They're a lot more talented and have a chance to make it than they do. And with the suspension of Ezekiel Elliott, now coming back to literally the last week of the season, I believe there's no chance that they're going to be able to make it even a chance for a wild card at this point.
I'm going to have to agree and stick the fork in them. I still think the Cowboys are a good team, but there's just a lot of high competition here, and I'm sorry, but I just don't see the Cowboys making it back. So sorry, Dallas, you get the fork.
We need to get an animation of the fork.
Redskins 4-6. I know their schedule doesn't look too bad, but I gotta give them the fork.
It's a little bit iffy for me right now at this point. I have to see their schedule the remainder of the year. There's a chance. I'm glad to put a hold on this one for right now.
Okay,
I have to wait till the rest of the season.
And Buccaneers, fork.
Yeah, basically fork.
It's kind of too late to come back, guys. So let's look at the AFC now. We have Steelers in first, Patriots in second, Jags in third, the Chiefs at fourth, Titans at fifth, and the Ravens at sixth. Teams that are still alive: the Buffalo Bills in 5-5, Miami Dolphins 4-6, Jets 4-6, Bengals 4-6, Texans 4-6, Chargers 4-6, and Raiders 4-6.
And then the Browns 0-10.
They're still alive, guys.
There's
But
a chance.
Bills giving them the fork. They were a hot start team. But
Yeah, they were very hot to start. I really thought at the beginning of the year that they were the team that this year could actually make sure the Patriots don't get a division leader at the whole time, but it's over. It's over for them.
Yep. Miami Dolphins giving them the fork as well. Their offense is just not good.
Yeah, they're in that division, which is horrible from the winning. It's over.
Yep. Jets giving them the fork. Is it better than we thought? But you're still not a playoff team.
Yeah, did a lot better than I thought, but you're still in the same division as the Patriots. It's over.
Bengals, fork. They have a little bit of potential, but I don't trust it.
I believe they potentially, a very, very, very small chance that they can make it as a 6th seed. I'm going to put a hold on right now because I believe they still have to play the Ravens again.
Your final game of the season.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
they play the
they
Ravens.
have to play the Steelers
They
again.
play the Steelers
And they
next week. So
and they play the Browns this weekend. So
They play the Browns this weekend.
things could happen where they could actually make a wild card.
maybe.
But I have to see. I'll put on hold.
Okay. The Chargers, I'm skipping the Texans. Gotta give them the fork.
Fork, since they watched Deshaun Watson, it was over.
The Chargers, I still think the Chargers are making the playoffs.
You're holding on to their last breath.
I'm holding on to it.
I'm going to have to put a hold on that, just for the fact that I know you believe it, but I don't really see the potential that they can make it. I have to see the rest of their schedule, and when we do this next week, you might get my answer.
Okay. And then the Raiders,
Potentially.
I'm gonna put them on hold as well, just because, they still have a top tier quarterback.
And they play a division rival this week. So
And that's right. So, I mean, they're not out of it just yet. And they already have one win against Kansas City. They could get another.
Yep. I'm going to put a hold on this one. Again, I have to see the remainder of the schedule. This weekend, if they could win big, you might get my answer next week.
All right. So we look at the playoff teams right now. The playoff standings as of now. So it would be So we would have Atlanta at Minnesota. Who would you have winning that game?
I have to go with Minnesota. Minnesota's too
I
hot.
gotta go with the Vikings as well. I know they're not the best team when they get to the playoffs, but I think they would win this game.
And they win at home field.
That's true. And then we'd have Carolina at LA Rams. I think I'd take the Panthers here.
Again, I can't really. I don't know. I like both teams, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to do as much as they can against this Panthers defense, nor the same to the Panthers against the Rams defense. I don't know.
We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves now, it looks like.
But, I'm going to have to put it on hold for right now.
All right. Then it'd be Baltimore at Jacksonville, and I mean, based on what happened week 3, I'd have to go Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
And then Tennessee at Kansas City, I'd go with Tennessee.
I'm going for the upset. Tennessee.
Yeah. So then it would look like. So all right. You know what? Let's just skip all this. What's the current AFC and NFC championship?
Steelers and Patriots.
Steelers,
obviously.
Patriots.
NFC. Why don't we go the Eagles and the Saints?
I have to agree here. I mean, I hate to go with the cop-out 1 and 2 seeds, but that's just how I feel right
And
now.
then the Super Bowl, I still believe Pittsburgh is going to get over the hump of the Patriots.
Okay.
I believe that this is our year. We have to do it. And the Eagles, welcome to the Super Bowl, boys. You're going to be playing Battle of Pennsylvania and Minnesota.
All right. And who would you have winning that game?
I would have to go with the Eagles. I hate to say it. I'm a Steelers fan, but I think this is the year that the Eagles finally beat the Steelers, and it's going to be on the biggest stage of them all.
I'm going to have to repeat myself. I agree again with Eagles going. I have the Patriots beating the Steelers. I still can't pick the Steelers until I see them beat the Patriots.
Week 15.
Yeah, and
We're
then
at home, aren't we?
we are at home.
So if we win at home, do you think we could do it?
Maybe, just maybe. But Super Bowl, I still got to say Patriots over Eagles. It's
Just how it is.
Yeah. Well, we are running short on time. We hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving.
From all of us to you.
Fill your bellies up. Be thankful for what you got until you go Black Friday shopping and killing someone for that PS4. So yeah.
Well, I can't be doing that. I'm working.
I don't like going Black Friday shopping.
I almost got killed last time.
Oh.
I'm not going.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the stuffing, guys.